read the script, what did you feel you could bring to the character of Noah?
Um, good question. I'm not sure if anyone's actually phrased it like that to me. What uh, I guess I have a healthy disregard for any I have a healthy disregard for any version of anything that anybody thinks should be done a certain way. So
Okay.
I kind of thought and this is sort of the way that I pitch anything if I have an inkling to want to do it is my pitch is okay, this is the version I would like to look back at. And if you like it, that's really cool. And if you don't like it, I'm glad you can tell me about it early because then I'm probably not the right dude. And I just remember thinking, okay, this character, I'd get to play this character a lot younger than most people would get to play him.
Mm,
So I think that adds a dimension to it, and then I'm gonna have to compensate
yes.
for that kind of youth with something else to counterbalance the other personalities that I'm going to be in the room with. And I thought the making up of that would be, at the very least, a very interesting challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you. He was younger than maybe what you would expect. And I
Yeah.
think that did bring a different element to it. Because when we're younger, we don't necessarily think long term about consequences of our
Yeah.
actions. Whereas when you're older, you do a little bit more. Um, for this role, I understand you did some boxing training. What was that like for you?
It was really fun. I mean, I've been into Taekwondo and
Hmm.
kickboxing and capoeira for a while, but I'd never
Okay.
really been particularly good at using my hands to fight for no other reason than the sports that I do don't focus at it. So it was fun, man. Like the athleticism bit wasn't too much of an issue. It was more just
Mm,
trying to become competent whilst in a very short prep time and whilst shooting. So I'd get up super early. The
mm.
stunt trainers that would come over to the hotel where I was staying, we'd train in the morning before we go. I'd skip
Wow.
while we were at work over my lunch break, and then I'd train again after we finished work. Not even, and it's always a little bit ironic because I always look back at films or like a job that has a fighting element to it and think, it's probably all encompassing about 5 minutes of the movie. So I
Mm.
essentially spent, like hundreds of hours doing something for just for just when it's 5 minutes of it. But I kind of equate it to the corners on a painting. Hopefully the painting is good enough that you care to look at the corners, but I want the corners to kind of be equally as good as the rest of it.
Because I love the way you think about things. That's such an
Thank you.
interesting idea. Yeah, I'm gonna think about things a little differently now that you said that.
Thank you,
For
man. I
this,
appreciate you.
oh, no problem. For this film, there's been some comparisons to Die Hard. So what do you
Yeah.
take? What do you make of that?
I love the
Do you,
comparisons.
yeah.
I think the we're all I'd like to think that we're all confident enough in the way that the film exists by
Mm,
itself to not to be enthusiastic about a comparison to Die Hard because it's in no way is it really derivative or the characters are all the same. The art, like everything about it is different. I guess the comparable element is like the fact that it's contained within a building and
yeah.
the fact that there's like maybe one main antagonist, but even the way that that antagonist comes to be isn't what you'd expect, and one main protagonist. But I also kind of think that what the way that she comes to be is not the way you'd expect. So I don't know. I think the fact if Die Hard comes to mind, I feel like we've done a cool job because I love Die Hard and I
Yeah.
miss movies like that, and I want more movies like that in my life. So
I will say I did feel it was very much like Die Hard, but it was still really enjoyable and interesting. So I
appreciate you.
feel like if you guys were going to do something in that same realm, I think you all pulled it off beautifully because it really
Dope,
was
dope.
very, very good. All
Thank you.
right.
I appreciate you, man.
No problem. As an actor, a lot of times you were working with basically a headset. So as in for you, what is that like? Is you're not there's no reaction per se with another actor.
Yeah, dude, that's also an awesome question. I'm not sure I really
Thanks.
gave it as much thought as I probably should have. I like
Mm,
to there's this kind of thing I like to apply to my life, which is like the concept of anti-fragility. And the general
Okay.
basic concept is essentially like the more you think about things and try to apply logic to it, the more it tends to go badly. So I just kind of looked at the earpiece for what it was and said, all right, cool. I guess we're acting with an earpiece, bro.
I have now created a new term of Tazisms, and we are going to use that. Anti-fragility. I love it.
Is
Anyway, all
that
right.
just a not like it's definitely not mine. That's like a Nassim Taleb thing that I picked up.
That's okay. You said it in our interview. I'm using it. There you go. I'm equating it to you. So there you go.
Appreciate you.
As a human being, what is the one thing that you are so passionate about that you are willing to die for?
My parents. I was trying to think of
Oh,
something quite obscure or something to say, but now the only thing I think, yeah, just my mom and dad, man.
oh, I love that. As a mom, I love that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll talk again when you actually have kids.
yeah. If that ever comes to be, if that ever comes to be, but if I do, hopefully hopefully I do a good enough job that my kids feel the way I feel about my parents. They're just awesome.